grocery store of Furman Athletics. Go Dens!
The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point offers a dining experience that will have you coming back for more time and time again. Everything is freshly made on site, including the different varieties of bread and all the baked goodies. And the menu, Atlanta Bread Company offers a wide variety from hot soups and chili to hot and cold sandwiches and paninis. Even breakfast selections topped off with your choice of piping hot coffees. Come see for yourself. You'll love it. The Atlanta Bread Company at Cherrydale Point, proud sponsors of the Furman Paladins and the Dan Scott Show. It's an Ernie Banks special here at Latham Stadium today. We're going to play 2 ahead of the rain tomorrow, and the Paladins with a thrilling 9-8 win in 10 innings last night have a chance to win a series in Game 1, and then if that goes well, go for their second straight conference sweep in consecutive weekends. Dan Scott with head coach Brett Harker. So how'd you enjoy your first walk-off win celebration last night as a head coach?
Man, that was fun. We have a little saying at home. We want the game to end. We want to go up, play our music loud, and eat stacks in the locker room, because that's what it's all about. And that was a little extra special, eating those chicken tenders up in my office last night with the music going out. That was a real fun night for the program. It was awesome for the kids. Really fun to see Sims Griffith have that moment, and looking forward to carrying that momentum into today.
Yeah, like seemingly most of your games are here of late. Very interesting. A lot of ebbs and flow in the momentum. But the thing that is becoming a bit of a common theme here is that once your team faces adversity in a game, they are able to develop an almost immediate answer.
Yeah, that's the toughness we talked about. You know, the sword gets dipped in the fire over and over and gets banged on to get hardened steel, and we sure as heck got dipped in fire and banged on for a month. So we got some strong steel, and we just think that, I mean, I'm sure there's other instances in baseball we haven't seen in that month, but it sure doesn't feel like it. It felt like we got put through the ringer every which way, and it's cool to see our guys respond and show some grit and some mental toughness, especially, you know, what a strange ninth inning we had yesterday, and to come back from that and win the ball game was great to see.
Well, and I go back even to their 8th inning, although they would eventually tie the game in the 9th. You've got the 2-run lead. They've got runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Get the run in to make it a 1-run game, and then go back to the 9-game losing streak. The kind of thing that was happening to us happened to them. They have a kid make a horrendous base running mistake out there at second base on a ball hit to Hebner, and he made a heads-up play to get the out back there at the bag.
Nobody talked about that last night, and I went home and was talking about it. That play was incredibly heads-up. You know, the base runner just kind of fell asleep, but the wherewithal for Sims to be covering second and knowing that we didn't have a play at first, and Hebner, you know, firing the ball over there and getting that out, I mean, that was a game changer right there. And it's plays like that where you just, you know, you can't script that. There's no way in practice we can script that happening, but they had some feel and reacted, and we're heads up, and that ended up being, I mean, that might have been one of the biggest plays besides the squeeze bunt play. That might have been one of the biggest plays of the game.
What was your conversation like with Grant Sherman after the game? In one sense, he pitched well in a park that is not kind to mistakes. He made a couple of mistake pitches that left the yard again. But as you said last night, he found a way to keep you in a ball game.
Yeah, you know, with Grant, he's a really tough kid, and you have to treat everybody different. And with Grant's one that I can get on pretty good. He seems to respond to it. And all of his home runs were on changeups, and he's given up his fair share of home runs this year, and they seem to all be on changeups. And I got on him pretty good about making that adjustment and pounding the bottom half of the zone with that changeup and don't take pitches off. And he's got to step up for us. And he did keep us in the game, but he's one of those guys, I actually think that he excels when I stay on him. The second you start patting him on the back too much, he can at times get comfortable, and he seems to respond when I challenge him, and I did it again last night just because he needs to get better. You know, we all do. He needs to get better, but you know, from this standpoint, you know, we've played in a small yard, the ball was flying, and he kept us in there, you know.
And then Billy Greenfield gets the final 5 outs. I'd dare say his best performance in quite a while. And as you said, the first batter he faces, he made a heck of a play on an attempted suicide squeeze.
Yeah, he did. Right before the pitch, I screamed out and I said, Billy, squeeze back at you. We have to go home unless it's bunted hard enough where it's a sure double play. And sure enough, bam, it happens, and he did exactly what we worked on. Did a glove flip. You keep your wrist stiff so the ball comes out in a line drive instead of loopy. He did exactly what he's trained to do and made a huge play. I'm going to tell you right now, if that run scores, we don't win last night. That was a huge momentum shift for us. And then, boy, that guy swinging on 3-0 and popping that ball up really helped as well. But, seeing him do what he did, that punch out with 0-2 looking with 2 outs to get us back in the dugout, had a lot of momentum. He really threw the ball well. That looked like Billy at the beginning of the year, which we need that Billy. He looked fantastic.
And so you made the bit of a gamble in switching up your pitching rotation, and at least here in the first weekend of the experiment, it's got a chance to pay immediate dividends. Now you've got Gaddis, your ace, going in game 2 of the series and the first game of the doubleheader here today, so I think you have to like that matchup.
Yeah, we did. I mean, look, I've said it all year long, anytime Gaddis is pitching, we feel good about it. That being said, this team can really hit, and Gaddis is going to have to pitch, going to have to make his pitches. They're very aggressive. We're a strike-throwing team, and teams know that. So if you look, teams are very, very aggressive against us to the extreme. I continue to talk about our lack of walks. I think we're now at second in the nation on fewest walks allowed. And I'll continue to talk about it because I'm freaking proud of it. We've come a long way on that. But that being said, teams are taking different approach against us, which means we have to ever evolve, and now we have to make people hit our pitches. And I think this is probably one of his biggest challenges. I think this team can really, really swing it. And looking forward to see him compete, mixing pitches, moving it in and out, and being the bulldog that we know he is.
Finally, although your offense didn't really suffer without Brandon Almy last night, 9 runs and 16 hits, it's nice to have him back in the lineup today.
Yeah, we got him going. I honestly didn't have him in the starting lineup when he was in the training room this morning, and he came out, and he looked really good hitting, looked good enough defensively. So we're going to start him in there, and Boz will be ready if anything were to happen, but we need to see if Elmy can go. So, yeah, it's good to have him back, and our lineup, I really like our lineup. Landon Kay's also fully available now, so look for him to get some at-bats, whether it's this game or DH next game. So it looks like we're finally getting healthy, and it'll be good to see our lineup at full strength.
Well, let's go out and let's get a series win first of all, and then hopefully we'll be able to work on a sweep in game 2.
Yeah, the whole deal with doubleheaders is, to me, we're playing one game today. We're playing one game today. We do everything we can, and then once this game's over, then you can remind me we got another one.
All right, good luck, Brett.
Thank you, Cut.
That's Brett Harker. Stay tuned. Lineup's first pitch next on the Furman IMG Sports Network.
Dan Scott here to tell you that I have found my breakfast place in the Travelers Rest area, the Hungry Drover. Located at the intersection of Tigerville Road and Highway 290, the Hungry Drover features local eggs, raw milk, homemade breads, and of course their famous gigantic omelets. If it's lunch you crave, check out the barbecue, tomato pie, and the made-from-scratch desserts. And don't forget dinner on Friday nights. Find the full menu and operating hours at hungrydrover.com and like them on Facebook. For catering, call John at 864-901-5040 and enjoy the farm fresh eating experience in the heart of Travelers Rest. That is the Hungry Drover.
If you've been sidelined with an injury, sore joint, or back pain, the experts of Piedmont Orthopedic Associates can offer you both surgical and non-surgical care to get you moving again. Piedmont Orthopedic Associates' 15 surgeons and 2 spine physicians are all board certified and are committed to providing you with excellent orthopedic care. Visit us online at getmovingwithpoa.com.
If you're ready now, the starting lineups first for ETSU under 18th year head coach Tony Skoll. Chris Cook leads it off again this afternoon. He is the shortstop, batting second in right field, Aaron Mayer. Hagan Oaby catches and hits third, batting cleanup at first base is Christian Bailey. The DH is Caleb Long. He'll bat number 5. Hitting 6th at 3rd, Cullen Smith. The second baseman and number 7 hitter is Blake Rowlett. Hunter Parker in the 8th spot today and in left field. And batting 9th in center, Seth Cunningham. Right-hander Blake Smith on the mound for the Buccaneers. And we will get to the Paladins lineup here in just a moment. But first, the teams are lining up in front of the dugouts. And here in just a moment, we will have the playing of our national anthem. Paladins in the home whites with the purple jersey, or purple numerals and letters and the purple sleeves on the jerseys, wearing the camo hats today.
Once again,
and ETSU is wearing the navy blue jerseys with the gold numerals and lettering, white pants, and a solid navy blue cap. Now let's join the folks here at the ballpark for the playing of the national anthem. For Brett Harker's Paladins, Jabari Richards leads it off in right field. Batting second and left is Carter Groats. Jason Costa will bat third, and he's the DH. The cleanup hitter, center fielder Sky Overton. Brandon Elmy back in there today at first base, hitting 5th. Batting 6th, last night's hero, Sims Griffith. He's the second baseman. Catching and hitting 7th is Cam Whitehead. Brett Hebner will be at shortstop and batting 8th. And batting 9th at third base is Jake Crawford. Paladins take the field, and Will Gaddis getting ready to begin his warm-ups on the Latham Stadium mound. The experiment of moving Grant Sherman into the Friday night start and moving Will to Saturdays for a myriad of reasons that we talked about last night has a chance to pay some immediate dividends after last night's win. And Gaddis, the junior from Brentwood, Tennessee, doing a little landscaping on the front slope of the mound before he begins his warm-ups. He is, of course, outstanding, making his 10th start. The record only 3-3, but a sparkling 2.30 earned run average in 62 2/3 innings. 53 hits, only 18 runs, 16 earned. Has struck out 59, walked 12, and opposing hitters batting just .228 against him. One of the theories about moving him to the middle game, kind of alleviated by the necessity of the doubleheader today, but one of those is if you have to go into the bullpen with Sherman on a Friday night, as they did last night, Gaddis, by his track record, is going to give you 7 and perhaps 8 innings each and every time out. And that'll shorten up the need for help out of the bullpen and, in effect, give a number of those arms a day's rest on a weekend. Now, again, that goes out the window today because of the doubleheader. And we will see how number 24 in Baseball America's 39th rated college draft prospect will fare against this very talented ETSU offense today.
Number 2, Chris Cook.
He'll be facing Chris Cook to lead it off. Cook standing in, .353 hitter on the season. Gaddis gets the sign from Whitehead. He winds and delivers, and the first pitch bounces up there. And we are underway officially 1:02 p.m. Our first pitch. Umpires, Gary Keller behind the plate, Ken Fitz on the first base side, Gary Swanson down at third. Strike one called on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Game time temperature 81 degrees, sunny and very, very windy. Swinging a foul back, and Gaddis ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. The wind for pretty much all of batting practice was blowing out to left field, creating a wind tunnel, and balls were flying out here. At the moment, the flag is blowing straight in, and there's a 1-2 pitch lined into center field for a base hit, and Cook continues to swing a hot bat, extending his hitting streak to 7, and that is his 4th hit already in this series. Defensively, Brandon Elmy back in there at first, Sims Griffith at second, Brett Hebner short, Jake Crawford at third. Left to right in the outfield, Carter Grote, Sky Overton, and Jabari Richards, and Cam Whitehead back behind the plate again. Here's a left-handed batting Aaron Mayer. Had a hit in 5 opportunities last night, and Gaddis' first pitch to him is grounded fair past a diving Elmy, down into the right field corner. Chasing it is Richards. That's going to get a run in. Mayer on his way to third, and he'll be in sliding without a throw, and just like that, 2 batters in. ETSU with a 1-0 lead and have a runner at third with nobody else. Elmy holding on the runner, coming off on the pitch in front of the bag, and could not get to it on the dive toward the line. And the Bucks coming out swinging early against Gaddis have a 1-0 lead, 2 batters into the game. Now here's Hagan Owenby, right-handed batting catcher, and he swings and he grounds it into right field, a base hit. Didn't hit it hard, but found a hole, and just like that, 3 batters in, it's a 2-0 ball game. Whitehead will go out to the mound, so will Brett Harker. To talk to his ace right-hander. Dimensions here, 330 down the lines, 395 to straightaway center, 371 to right center, and 350 the short porch out in left center field. Harker standing on top of the rubber with Whitehead to his left and Gaddis to his right. He pats his ace right-hander on the rear end and will walk back to the dugout, and Will go to work on Christian Bailey.
Now batting for the Bucks.
So 6 pitches into the game. Gaddis and the Paladins trailing 2-0, and the runner at first and still nobody out. And here's a .409 batting first baseman Christian Bailey. And he takes a first pitch fastball strike. And obviously I don't know this for sure, but I think one of the things that maybe Brett was talking to both Will and Cam about is hitters have started swinging earlier in the count against Gaddis, trying to get up on some early fastballs, because he gets ahead. The breaking ball, the change, the cutter, all those pitches he can command. He can be very, very difficult on a hitter. Missed down with that one, 1 ball and 1 strike.